What's up, Champions fam? It's Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new WWE Champions video. Now, when it comes to the player base of WWE Champions, we have a plethora of ways to interact with one another when using social media platforms at our disposal. We have Facebook community groups. We have different Reddit threads. We also get in contact with one another through different Line, Facebook, and Discord servers. And we also have times where we congregate together on certain posts that are put up by WWE Champions to speak our mind, give our 2 cents, as well as our constructive criticism. And that's the beauty of this community. For better or worse, although there can be some times where we're quite toxic to one another, let alone Scopely, okay? There are times where we band together for all the right reasons and show support. When people hit certain goals and milestones when it pertains to their overall roster progress, people are on board saying, hey, congratulations, I'm happy for you. I can relate to that situation. When you got players that are asking for advice, you might get a couple snarky or sarcastic remarks, but ultimately someone's going to come through and give you the answers that you need. You also have people who aren't even official champion content creators who will drop a video that's quite enlightening, quite informative about different types of champions and how you could possibly run them if you have them on your roster and account to help you out. So I am always on board when it comes to this community. Just as bad as it can be, it's also proven just as good as it can be. And that's what I love. You got to take the good with the bad. Not everybody wakes up on the right side of the bed. You know, one day you might be walking through life and everyone you come across is like, oh, he or she's a saint. And then sometimes you might wake up and you're not having the best type of day and people can get those vibes too. But at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. But one thing that I like about WWE Champions is even if we have a bunch of bad days back to back, there's always going to be a voice of reason that comes through to drop some enlightenment upon us and make things a little bit better and also shift the atmosphere within the room, so to speak. Now, last month during November 2020's Thanks and Tanks MLC, I came across a leak from a young lady through one of the Facebook community groups that displayed some champions that were going to be released within the game, but we didn't have no official intel on them. And lo and behold, days and weeks passed, and those champions came to fruition. Those champions being New Gen Trickster, the Gobbledygooker, Feathered Fellow, as well as this month's December 2020 What a Year month-long contest featured champions in the free-to-play unit, Lacey Evans, Modern Era Showboat, who was formerly known as Sergeant Evans, but is now under the epithet of the Women's Right, and our Chase champion, Modern Era Striker, Randy Orton, the Apex Predator. Well, lo and behold, I'm grazing through the community group once again, and another player has stepped forward with a unique list of champions. Now, this guy straight up said, found this WWE Champions file containing superstar data inside. Now, I'm going to let you know, unlike the young lady from November, this guy didn't have no screenshots, but he has a list of superstars as well as their class and their epithets. So we're just going to comb through them real quick because some of these names are interesting because they're the names of champions that many of us have been asking for and requesting. So now it's a thing of going by the blog law. Some things are subject to change. Just because we got a list here doesn't mean all these characters are going to be coming out anytime soon, if at all. But it is a unique topic to discuss because we like seeing new champions. And I know some people are like, hey, take a break on the new champions, fix the bugs and the glitches. And I agree, okay? It can get overwhelming because the way Champions is going right now, they have a thing of introducing one broken champion after another, after another, after another. So it's hard to keep up. Other mobile games, they'll release a broken unit, and then that unit will have its time for, maybe a month or two, maybe possibly even a half a year to a whole year. Then they'll introduce another unit that blows that one out of the water. And a great example of this is one of my go-tos, FGO as well as Dokkan Battle. Right now in FGO, the be-all end-all caster is Scotty, because she's a part of the quick meta. She's making all these servants all beast mode and top tier, but in a couple of years, it's going to return to the arts meta with a girl by the name of Castoria. Just like before Scotty, we had Merlin, who was making everyone Buster go ham. It's the same way with Dokkan Battle. For a couple of months, you had the fusions, the blue fusions. You had Vegito and Gogeta. Now we've moved a little bit forward, and now things are about to tip a little because we're about to get LR Jiren. WWE Champions doesn't abide by that law. Literally every single month, they seem to bring out a more broken champion, and it's hard to keep up with, especially if you don't have a boatload of disposable income to invest in these champions, or you don't have the proper situation on your account so you can capture the featured chase champion that'll help you out with these scenarios. Not everyone has Zombie Triple H, so that purple reduction isn't something that a lot of people have on their side right now. You're getting a lot of solid units that still use purple MP. Zombie Austin is still a thing, y'all. So it's a thing where when you come across lists like this, it can be scary because you don't know who's coming. You don't know if they're going to be a legit threat. You don't know who's going to be fodder, but it's still fun to discuss. So we're going to hop into it. We got a solid list of 14 units that could be coming in as cards, and then we have a list with the number 5, but it's only 4 characters listed. And if you go to the Facebook groups, it's the one I believe ran by Casey Platinum, and you will probably come across this. But these are the characters that were featured here within this file that he said he came across. All right, starting off, we got Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, as a powerhouse. Mustafa Ali, Chase the Light, Acrobat. Bobby Fish, Undisputed Era Trickster. Kyle O'Reilly, Undisputed Era Acrobat. Forgive me if I messed up on Bobby Fish. I said it so fast, but I meant Undisputed Era. Pardon me. Roderick Strong, Undisputed Era Powerhouse. King Corbin, Constable King Trickster. Cedric Alexander, Lombard Legacy Technician. The Rock, Corporate Champion Acrobat. Seth Rollins, Beast Slayer Powerhouse. Dakota Kai, Team Kick Showboat. JBL, APA Trickster. Matt Riddle, Original Bro Technician. Mike Tyson, DX Striker, Bailey Role Model Showboat. And then for the 4 unlisted, unknown status or removed, first we have James Ellsworth removed, then we have Eric Rowan 2020, no info. Chris Jericho obviously removed and no info of which version. And finally, Roman Reigns, no info of which version, but he's assuming that it is Tribal Chief. Now, let's talk about a couple of these. Now, Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, as a powerhouse would make sense. Powerhouses are dangerous and deadly. The downside about Bobby Lashley is this now. They could easily do something with him and make him a God tier unit. They easily could. If they really wanted to, they could make him a God tier unit. And there's a couple ways they could go about this. They could easily have Bobby Lashley be a ruthless aggression powerhouse because he did come in, I believe, near the conclusion of the ruthless aggression era. Or they can make him another modern era powerhouse, which would make a boatload of sense. So powerhouse for that, I get it. Mustafa Ali as an acrobat, definitely, hands down. Mustafa is definitely an acrobat. Cruiserweight. I would like to see a cruiserweight link within WWE Champions at some point in time. A lot of champions could easily get a boost with that alone, so that would be great. Now, when it comes to Undisputed Era, this is where I do have a problem with the classes for him, because me personally, I don't see Kyle O'Reilly as an acrobat. Bobby Fish, I could see as a trickster. Yes, that devilish mustache makes him a trickster, right? And Roderick Strong, I get it. His last name's Strong, and he does pull off some power moves. But all 3 of these guys, I can easily see them being interchangeable with Trickster, Technician, or Striker. That's the best way to put it. O'Reilly, I could definitely see as a Technician. Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong, I could see them as Strikers. And I mean, literally, you can interchange those with the Trickster situation. I can even see Kyle O'Reilly being a Showboat just because of the charisma that he has. That would make sense there too. But when it comes to the Undisputed Era guys, Technician, Striker, and Trickster in a worst case scenario, definitely. But Kyle O'Reilly is so charismatic. If you've seen how he rolls, I can also see him as a showboat too. But you have Adam Cole there already. And with Undisputed Era, I think there should be some true diversity within their setup so that everyone can bring something unique to the game. But I definitely would not see Kyle O'Reilly as an acrobat there. King Corbin, Constable King, yes, I can see him as a trickster. Corbin, hands down, is such a good heel in real life. He does his job that good. People don't like Corbin. That is a good thing because that is his job. You're not supposed to like the heel. So when people hate on him the way DJ NIZT hates pulling shards for Corbin, that means that he's doing his job right. So seeing that would be dope, but honestly, with how Corbin has been, they're better off just giving Lone Wolf Corbin, if they're not going to give him a new class variant, they're better off just giving him a gear, giving Lone Wolf Corbin a King Corbin gear. But at this point in time, add it to the gear loot, make it rare. I can easily see that because I don't think Corbin's a guy that's going to sell for champions. Now, Cedric Alexander, Lumbar Legacy Technician, I can see Cedric being an acrobat. He's another guy I can see as an acrobat. And going to Bobby Lashley, what they could do is introduce the Hurt Business. You know, I can literally see some of these guys working out like in MLC form. I can see Cedric being the free-to-play champion and Bobby Lashley being the chase champion. The same way when it comes to Undisputed Era, I can see Bobby Fish being the free-to-play, Roderick Strong being a mega, and Kyle O'Reilly being a chase champion. There's certain pairings up here that make sense. Now, Cedric has proven to be a technical beast at times, but he was originally a high flyer. I could easily see it either way, but I would prefer a acrobat Cedric the Alexander. Because you just think about it like this, okay? You got a powerhouse in Lashley. Shelton Benjamin's already in the game, the gold standard. They can easily make another version of him that is a striker. Then you could have Cedric as an acrobat and bring in MVP as a showboat. And you got 4 classes within the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley, the powerhouse. Cedric as the acrobat. You could have Shelton as a striker, and then you could have MVP as a showboat, and it would make sense. And they should have a beast mode link too. Following that, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, The Rock Corporate Champion as an acrobat. No. Now, here's something that this is just my personal opinion. And this video is not going to be short, sweet, and brief, as you can tell, because I'm trying to comb through everybody, right? Corporate Champion Rock. If he came out, bear with me. What would y'all think about this, okay? What if they made Corporate Champion Rock, what if they made him a striker and made Rocky Maivia blue chipper and acrobat? Now, this is why. When Rocky Maivia was a thing, before Die Rocky Die and The Rock was born, he was doing high fly stuff, because in wrestling, usually when you're a high flyer, some of the times, you're more than likely a face. Look at Rey Mysterio, okay? You could get behind him. He was the baby face, all natural, because it was David versus Goliath every time. Rocky Maivia was doing some crazy stuff when he first debuted to get the point across. He was doing some high-flying stuff, and I could easily see it being that. Corporate Champion Rock, I mean, obviously, if it's Corporate Champion, he would be representing the Attitude Era category. So, I mean, I just don't see him as an acrobat. I could see him possibly being a technician. I could see him being a technician. I could see him being a striker. And if any, Rock's just one of those guys that said, I could literally see him having multiple versions, just be a showboat because he was that charismatic. But if you made him like that, he would have to be a showboat that was OP busted. So originally, for Corporate Champ Rock, I would love to see him be introduced as a Attitude Era striker, because it looks like we're getting a break from him. I would like to see that. And then when he comes in, switch blue chipper Maivia into an acrobat, because he was a high flyer back in the day. So that's just my thought there. Beast Slayer Seth Rollins, powerhouse. I get what they're going here. If it is the case of where they're headed, okay, he's covering all the other classes just like everybody else. I could easily see Monday Night Messiah or the Messiah Seth Rollins. I can easily see him being a showboat. But Seth, he had he has feats of strength moments, I guess, because he does do some power moves on some people that are bigger than him. But I just don't see Seth being a powerhouse. That's just me. That's just me personally. I feel that powerhouses usually they fit the build somehow. Like there's certain people that I come across when they have the powerhouse epithet. I don't get it. I really don't. Like Velveteen Dream as a powerhouse, I didn't understand that. Shelton Benjamin, I could get behind because he's done some crazy stuff. Highly versatile. And we really need a technician version of Shelton Benjamin when it's all said and done. Seth, though, I get the turnbuckle bomb and all that. I just don't see it for him being a powerhouse. But I get it. They're trying to do this. If this is where they're going, trying to have him cover all the classes. And if Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins is a showboat, and it would make sense for Beast Slayer because of the whole thing of slaying the Beast and the King Slayer thing, a moniker, I could see where they're going there. I could understand that because he had to be more brutal taking down Brock Lesnar. So I get that. Now, Dakota Kai, obviously Team Kick, NXT representative. She's a showboat. I would love to see another NXT MLC in 2021. So I'd be down for her to be a free-to-play unit because it's definitely not going to be heel Dakota Kai. Heel Dakota Kai definitely should be a mega superstar loot champion. Then, bam, 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 JBL, APA Trickster. I disagree. Attitude Era, JBL, APA should be a striker alongside Farouk, APA. They were brawlers. They were barroom brawlers. Nothing trickster about them. Now, if you said John Bradshaw Layfield, wrestling god, or JBL epithet as a ruthless aggression trickster, yes, I would be all for it because he did anything and everything to hold on to that WWE Championship. So, APA, JBL, striker. Wrestling God or JBL for short, Bradshaw, make him a ruthless aggression trickster because we need more ruthless aggression tricksters. There's no way around it. I love my boy Edge, but if you're going to throw, and Eddie Guerrero too, but if you're going to have another trickster in there to represent RA, you got to have JBL in there. There's no question around that. Then we got Matt Riddle, original bro tech. Now, here's the thing for me. I agree. I definitely agree. Riddle has to be a tech and a striker. There's no way around that. No way around that. He is charismatic, but he shouldn't be a showboat. I could easily see it being interchangeable. Matt Riddle, original bro, as a tech or a striker, give him the NXT link, and whichever one comes first, make the other one the latter. So if you're having him as original bro tech NXT, then make a striker version later and give him the Raw tag link. That's where we go with that. Mike Tyson, DX striker, yes. There's no way around that. DX as a whole, they need some more representatives. I mean, you got Tex and Triple H, HBK, and Rick Rude. People forget about Rude being a DX member. He's all in there. Then you have X-Pac as an acrobat. Then you got Road Dogg, oh, you didn't know, as a showboat. You got Chyna, both as a powerhouse and a striker. Mike Tyson, he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's on good terms with the WWE. One of the greatest moments ever with him, Austin, and DX for WrestleMania. You know, passing of the torch moment, him being a striker, being a boxer, it makes sense. Put Iron Mike in the ring, make him a chase champion, and I bet people would go crazy about it. And Bayley, role model showboat, I could see it because Bayley did come out of her shell when it came to her mic work. But I would rather see Bayley role model be a trickster. I would love to be that. Someone who's so cruel and so wicked, but then has the audacity to sit there and be like, I'm a role model to your children. I dig it. Now with the unknown statuses, it's quite fair. James Ellsworth got in some trouble, some legal troubles. So yeah, makes sense that he's gone. Eric Rowan, it was sad, man, because that whole spider thing, that was stupid. Stupid. But his work with Daniel Bryan, that was solid. I feel that Rowan should have definitely gotten another chance. If anything, maybe he comes back later on. Give him gear to switch him out so he can fit alongside Daniel Bryan, if it's possible. Jericho, we already know he's all elite. Maybe we get Jericho and Sting. And speaking of Sting, what's going to happen now that Sting is spoilers, all elite? I want to see what happens there with the Icon as well as Wolfpack. That's going to be fascinating. And finally, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. This is a guy that's going to be money. This is a guy that you release on a 5-star banner. Do it just like you did John Cena's Veteran Salute. Roman sells, man. People have been longing for a God-tier Reigns. We got the Showboat Zombie, who he might have got nerfed, but he's still a top-notch unit. And I can't wait to get him. And then bring in the Tribal Chief. I don't think we have a technician version of him. Make him the true king of the techs. He's doing his power moves. He's more charismatic. He's doing that new submission. He would fit right in with the techs right now. Modern era tech, Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. People would love it. People would buy it. People would go all in for it. But this was a solid list of people. Now again, I've talked long enough. Things are subject to change. This could literally just be something gassing people up and it doesn't become valid. But if anyone who's in contact with data miners, if this was legit, drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Who would you like to see? Who do you think should be certain classes? And let's just discuss it. That's what it's all about. This is a discussion video, so let's just chop it up and see who would you like to be in the game. There's a lot of divas that are still missing. There's a lot of female champions that haven't been put in the game yet. There's a lot of male champions that have yet to make their debut. So let's just chop it up and see who makes the cut and who doesn't. But again, I'm glad I came across this because this is a solid set of superstars that should come into the game at some point in time. There's no way around it. Whether or not they do or not, that's always up in the air. But I'm glad that I did come across this. But with that being said, y'all, hey yo. Bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you and my beloved #champions fam. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to share it. Also, if you haven't done so already, do yourselves a favor by subscribing to the channel and pressing the bell for all future notifications from yours truly, the bad guy at WWE Champions, Zeke 410. But until next time, y'all, mad love always. Let's chop it up within the comments below this video. Stay tuned. Peace.